Good morning, dear students, and welcome to Writing 10B Part 1. So let's get started. Let's read the three objectives. Objective number 1. Analyze a prompt about an article describing a person. Number 2. Demonstrate understanding of the features of an article describing a person by answering a set of questions. Number 3. Use appropriate descriptive language to write examples. Do you know these famous characters? I'm sure you do. So, the first character, this is Batman. Character number 2, this is Harry Potter. Character number 3 is Spider-Man, and the last one is James Bond. So, all of them are fictional heroes. Good. Now, let's have a look at the following 4 pictures. What do you see in picture number 1? Good. These are firemen. Picture number 2. Excellent. These are volunteers. Picture number 3. Very good. So we are talking about nurses. And picture number 4. We are talking about doctors. So do you consider them to be heroes? Yes. And they are real-life heroes. Now, dear students, open your student books on page 132. Let's start with activity A. Discuss the following. What personal characteristics do you think a hero possesses? Pause the video, please, and try to think about the adjectives. All right, so a hero should be brave, helpful, kind, smart, generous, and honest. Now, question number 2. Which of the following do you consider to be a hero and why? A person who travels abroad to do charity work. Do you think he can be a hero? B. A person who risks his or her life to save a stranger. Do you think we can consider him or her a hero? Number 3. A person who does the shopping for an elderly neighbor. Do you think it can be a hero? And the last one, a person who works part-time while studying to help his or her parents pay the bills. Do you think we can consider them as heroes? Yes, good. So, in my opinion, all 4 people are heroes in some way. They all take other people's needs into consideration and make an effort to help them. Now let's move on to activity B. Read the writing task below and underline the keywords or phrases in it. Then answer the questions. You see an announcement in a teen magazine. Write an article about your favorite fictional hero in which you describe him or her and say why you like him or her. So, let's start with underlining the keywords. So, the first keyword here is teen magazine, because you saw the announcement in the teen magazine. So, here you are going to write an article. So this is the type of the writing you are going to write. And about what? About your favorite fictional hero. And what are you going to do? First, describe him or her, and then say why you like him or her. Now let's try to answer the following 2 easy questions. What are you asked to write? Good. So you are asked to write an article. Okay. Who is going to read it? Who is going to read your article? Good. These are teenagers who are going to read your article. Do you know this character? Have a look. Does he remind you of someone? Excellent. This is Sindbad. And who was Sindbad? Good. A determined sailor. Can you replace determined with some adjectives? Yes, we can say adventurous, curious, and resourceful. So here we have used some adjectives to describe our character. Let's read more about Sindbad. Dear students, move on to activity C. Now read the article and answer the questions that follow. So we have an article to read and we have to answer some questions. Let's have a look at the questions. In which paragraph does the writer do the following? Write 1 to 4, then give examples from the article. Okay? So please pause the video and then we will be back to answer the question. Alright, let's start with A. In which paragraph does the writer provide a short summary of the story? Very good. That was in paragraph 2. So in paragraph 2, the writer wrote a summary of the story. And remember, in Unit 7, we learned how to write a summary of a story. Okay, statement B. In which paragraph does the writer say who he or she is going to be writing about? Very good. That was in the first paragraph. You have to state the person you are going to write about. As you can see here, he mentioned the name of the character from the beginning. My personal favorite is Sindbad the Sailor. Statement C. In which paragraph does the writer mention what effect this hero has on him or her? Of course, when you choose a character, it means he or she has an effect on you. So that was in paragraph number 4. And you can see here, he said to my mind, and then he started talking about the effect of him on him. Statement D. In which paragraph does the writer write about what makes this hero so special? There should be a special quality about the hero that makes you choose to write about him. That was in paragraph 4. Excellent. And he said, to my mind, Sindbad is special because he represents people's need to try out new things and their ability to make it through any difficulty as long as they keep trying. So that's what makes him special. Statement E. In which paragraph does the writer talk about the hero's personal characteristics? So when we say characteristics, we are going mostly to mention some adjectives. Okay, so that was in paragraph. Very good. Paragraph number 3. Okay, you can see he used some adjectives: adventurous, curious, resourceful, and his strong will. Statement F. In which paragraph does the writer mention why he or she has chosen this particular hero? The reason of writing about this person was in paragraph 1. Very good. So the reason should be mentioned in the beginning. Okay, you can see here he said, What I like most about Sindbad is his love of travel and most of all, his unique ability to survive. So Sindbad was a survivor. Alright, dear students. Now, let's move on to activity D, in which you are going to produce something. You are going to describe some people. Let's have a look at this activity. So, what examples can you think of to support the following? We have 3 sentences and we are going to expand them. We are going to add more descriptions to these people. Let's have a look at the first one. My mother is a very generous and kind person. She, so I wanted to expand on describing the mother. Number 2, no teacher is as calm and patient as my English teacher. For instance, or for example, and I'm going to give some examples about what makes me think that this teacher is calm and patient. Alright? Number 3, Abdullah is very reliable. In fact, so I'm going to expand on the description of Abdullah. So please pause the video and we will be back to expand our descriptions. Okay, let's start with number 1. My mother is a very generous and kind person. She helps everyone who asks for help and often gives money to charities. So what did we do here? We have the adjective generous and kind. We added some more descriptions about my mother. We added help, okay? So help means when you are kind, you help other people. So she helps everyone, and we added also the verb give. So give money means to be generous. All right? Now, the second one. No teacher is as calm and patient as my English teacher. For instance, so I'm going to add an example. What does he do? For instance, he never gets angry and he never minds explaining something several times if necessary. So here we said that he is calm and patient, and to make my idea accompanied by some examples, I used he never gets angry and he always explains things several times. Okay, the last one. Abdullah is very reliable. In fact, when he makes a promise, he always keeps it. So someone who is reliable, it means when he makes a promise, he always keeps it. So we used the adjective reliable and we added to keep a promise. So keeping the promise is a justification of being reliable, and this is what you should do. You are not only going to write one sentence of description, but you have to add something to that. I hope it's clear for you how to describe someone.